Welcome to the first video of the series about the network infrastructure of an enterprise. In this video, we are going to deploy the service provider here, MPLS core network, so we can provide connectivity to remote site connected via the MPLS circuit to the resource in the data center. Let's start. So I already have console to the devices, right? Okay. So this is what we are working on today. We are going to focus on those 4 devices here, right? The rad reflector, the P router here, and PE1 and PE2. And when we are done, we'll be able to jump into the other device. Right, let's start. So let's see what we have configured on those devices. Yeah. So we just have the interface configured on those devices, right? Yeah. Show IP protocol. So we don't have anything running yet as routing protocol. So I'm going to start here with the P router, right? P11 here. And what we are going to do today, we are going to enable ISIS, as I say, MPLS, and configure MPBGP layer 3 VPN, address family V4 and V6. Let's start. So I'm going to enter ISIS configuration here. The name will be GSP, Global Service Provider, right? I'm going to just MPLS LDP auto config directly, right? The IS type will be level 2 only. I'm going to advertise only passive interface. And we are going to set the loopback to passive. I'm going to set the metric style to white. And finally, we are going to set the net. The area will be 4,600. The system ID will be, I'm going to make it easy on myself here. And the net will be 00. I'm going to exit from here. I'm going to go into the interface configuration. And if we look here, P11 has 6 interfaces, right? That should run ISIS, right? Interface range E0/022 and E1/022. I think that covers those. IP, router, ISIS GSP, IPv6 router. I'm going to set those interface to point. Now the MPLS configuration, I'm going to set first the router, the LDP router to the loopback 0. And I'm going to configure a label range here, just so we can identify to which router a particular label belongs. And for this router, it's going to be from 410,000 to 419,999. So 10,000 label range. I'm going to grab all this, going to make it easy on myself. If not, we can spend a long time on this video. I'm going to grab all that and paste it here. So we are going to jump on PE1, right? And we are going to make some change here. The label range for PE1 will be from 310,000 to 319,000. And on those devices, I'm only concerned about E0/1. I think I have everything I need here. Okay. Now we are going to jump into the configuration for the PE router 2, or the Juniper device. So we are going to start by setting the router ID. It will be 191.20.0.2. I'm going to set the autonomous system number 64600. I'm going to go to the interface. This is the interface connected to the core. Next thing, we are going to set the same interface for family ISO. I'm going to set the loopback as well. I'm going to set the area. Then the system ID. And it's going to be 003.000.0002. I'm finished with the net selector. Right. So we are going to enable ISIS, right? So protocol ISIS interface. Set it to point to point. We are going to disable level 1 or enable level 2. So it's level 1. Got it. And we are going to set as well interface loopback 0. So you're going to set it to passive. Excuse me. I'm going to commit this. Okay, it's up. So the next thing we are going to enable LDP on those interface, right? Set protocol LDP interface. Set protocol MPLS. So let's check that. Show on show. LDP neighbor is up as well. Good. So let's go to the route reflector here. So this is done differently on the route reflector. So the first thing we are going to do, go under the so we are going to enable address family IPv4. We want to set the metric style to white. Property that on yeah, metric style white. And we are going to set MPLS auto config as well. MPLS LTP auto config. Exit. And on the address family IPv6 unicast, we are going to enable single topology. By default, it's running multi topology. So here we are going to say single topology. Exit. We're going to enable the interfaces, interface loopback 0, and to enable address family IPv4 and address family IPv6. Exit. And for interface, so it's running two interfaces in IIS, 1 and 2. So we are going to go on the interface 1. We're going to set it as point to point. I'm going to enable address family IPv4. unicast, and address family IPv6 unicast. I want to exit out of there. I want to go to the next interface, set it as point to point. I'm going to set the label ratio to it's going to be from 360,000 to 369,999. Now we are going to configure MPLS LDP. The router ID, we are going to set it to 191.20.0.6. The interface again running. To commit that. Okay, we have the adjacency in ISIS and the LDP neighbors. Good. Now we are going to stay on R6, right? For now, we have configured ISIS for V4 and V6 and implement MPLS LDP. The next step is to implement MPBGP. Right. Now, this is going to be a route reflector. We are going to configure BGP now. Router BGP 64600. BGP router ID is going to be 191.20.0.6. We are going to enable address family VPN V4, unicast, VPN V6, unicast, IPv4, and IPv6. Not because we need to, IPv4 and IPv6 are not needed for MPBGP, right? But I want to enable it because I want to for now. I'm going to use a neighbor group, right? Make it easier. So neighbor. I'm going to call it Rad Reflector Client. The remote AS will be 64600, will be internal BGP. The update source will be loopback 0. Right. The address family, VPN V4, unicast, and the VRAD reflector client. Right. Got it on here. So let me call it that. I want to do it again, neighbor group 64600. Put this source loopback 0. Address family VPN v6 unicast path reflector client. Sure. What I am missing here, that is the all right, let's go with this first and see what is not taking the command. So I'm going to go ahead and configure BGP on the PE1, right? I have to enable the neighbor on the rad reflector as well. So neighbor here will be 191.20.0.1. I'm going to instruct the neighbor to use neighbor group rad reflector client. Okay, the neighbor is up. I need to see for address family VPN v6 as well. Yes, or password for v6. So I'm going to continue here and the other peer. That's PE3, PE4, and ASBR 5 year. Able to copy all this, add it here. Before I do that, let's go to the GDPR device and configure BGP. Set protocol BGP. Group will be RR, reflector, type internal, local address will be 191.20.0.2. The family init set the neighbor. Okay, it's established. So if I go to the router here, so boot up. So let's grab quickly the other device, 5 here. Okay, let's start with 12, right? So P12, the label range should be 420,000 to maybe 0/2, maybe 1/0 to. I think this should do it for P12. Okay. So now let's go to okay. So let's go to SBR 5. Right. The label range will be from 350,000 to 359. Route ID here will be 5. And I think that's the only thing I have to change there. Next device will be PE3. We go from 330,000 to 339,999. And the route ID here will be 3. Yeah, it's only using a single interface here. The issue. It didn't take the command. Okay. And the last device here will be PE4. Okay, seems that we have so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, and 12. We are learning all of this here. Show MPLS forwarding table. Let's trace to PE4. And that is sources from our loop back. It's going to P11 and P12. I don't see any label on the trace here. Okay. A few things I have to add on this device. I'm going to set protocol MPLS, IPv6 tunneling here. And I'm going to say protocol MPLS ICMP tunneling. Connect. Let me check if I have all the BGP up on this device. Yeah, I have all the peer up. Now, the service provider core here is ready, right, to onboard customer and label switch the traffic across the MPLS core. On the next video, we are going to focus on the ISP infrastructure. We are going to provide reachability across the 4 ISP that represent the internet on this lab. All right, thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Until then, take care. Thank you.